Hi FlossTube, hope you're all well. My name's Kerry. This is Colourfully Cross Stitch, my YouTube channel where I talk about all things cross stitching with some book recommendations thrown in at the end as well. Before we get started on WIPs and birthday start and haul and all that good stuff, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, whether you're a new subscriber or whether you have been here from probably about a month or so ago when I first started, which was this is YouTube FlossTube number 4. So I just want to say a massive thank you for wanting to stick with me and listen to me rambling on about all my cross stitch and things like that. So it means a lot that you click play and that you've stuck around if you're back again. So yeah, just thank you so much. So yeah, let's get started with WIPs. So my WIP updates this time, it's going to be quite a lot. So let's get into it. So yeah, so obviously I think I always start with this one, but it's going to be no surprise to a lot of you. It's the Stichers Book Club sale. So have we had another part released? We had Roald Dahl. Yes, we did have another part released. Oh yay, it was Jules Verne. So yeah, I remember distinctly when I was younger watching 80 Days Around the World, but this was the cartoon version, which featured a lion, I believe, as Willy Fogg. So that seemed to go on for quite some time, as I remember, but I think back in the day cartoons did. Anywho, so yes, he's the next author, so can't wait to get to that part as well. But yeah, so this is where I got to the last time. I have not stitched on it a great deal this time, but what I did do was take it to my first stitching social, so I was so excited to join Quirky Hannah, who's on Instagram, at our local needlework shop, I guess, cross stitching shop, near to where we live. So joined a group of amazing stitchers in there, had the best time. It was so much fun. I met some new people who were also enthused about Harry Potter. They are massive Harry Potter fans. It was brilliant to talk to them. Stranger Things, Home Alone, all that good stuff. So anyway, while I was there, I took the Stichers Book Club sale because this is on Ada, which is 16 count. So I thought, wasn't quite sure about the lighting, so I thought I would take something that I would find relatively easy to stitch on. So but as I say, I didn't do too much, and last time, I know I still haven't done Agatha's eyes. I'm so sorry, she looks a little bit spooky, but yeah, anyway, so from the last time, this is what I concentrated on when I was at the stitching social, which is the what is it, medicine? No, not a medicine bottle, poison bottle. Oh, I'm not really sure what it is. I've got poison on the mind at the moment, but I'll tell you all about that in a little while. It's nothing too sinister, I promise. So yeah, and then I have taken the bookcase up and around again, and then started filling in the yellow bookcase there. So yeah, still thoroughly enjoying it. Just lots of other things have just taken over these past couple of weeks, but we'll talk about those more in a minute. So yeah, just really enjoying that one, and also absolutely loved attending the stitching social, so I will definitely be going back. It was just yeah, it was just so good just to speak to people all in a room who were all just stitching away on the most amazing projects and things. So I've got a couple of ideas for more projects from them, but I need to hold fire a little bit because there's a lot going on at the moment. So the next one that I've got to show is Stitching Rules. So this is the Primrose Cottage design, stitching it as part of Catkin and Lily's Patreon stitch along. I think it's now called Stitching Things, I think it is, because there's lots of us stitching on lots of different things. So this is where I got up to last time. So I don't think I had too much left to finish, but I am so pleased to say that I am caught up with this part of the sale, although I think the second one started on the 29th and I haven't done any more yet, but part 1 is done and I am on track, not yet past the deadline for part 2. So yeah, I filled in the rest of the hearts and the bobbins along the bottom, along with the bird down here, and yeah, the other bobbin that the bird is sat on. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed stitching on this one again with the over dyed flosses. Yeah, just really pleased with it, and on this fabric as well, which is charcoal from Zweigart, 32 count even weave, and all of the flosses came with the pack that I bought from Lindy Stitches actually, but it was the Primrose Cottage pack, and they were colour and cotton, I believe, flosses. So yeah, really enjoying working with those. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with how this is going. I think some people have started in the middle and they're working either up or down. I've started at the very top, so I will just continue down. It's a really long one. So yeah, and hopefully I can get the next part done by the next date, which I think is towards the end of August. So fingers crossed I managed to get that one sorted. But yeah, I'm just really pleased that I'm caught up with that. And speaking of sales, I am also caught up with the Emerald City from Owl Forest Embroidery sale that Jen's Stitching Corner is hosting. So we've been messaging a couple of times as well about progress and things like that. So and fabric and threads and all sorts of stuff really. So but yes, so I think lots of people have started in the bottom right hand corner, which is actually where the story really starts. I was looking at it afterwards and thinking, actually, should I have started there or not? But in the end I started in the middle. So this is where I got up to last time. So I just started on the Emerald City Gates, I think this section is called, and I am pleased to say that I have completed it, this section. So so yeah, I managed to get in both of the turrets on this side and the turrets on this one, and then I've even made a start on the next part of the saddle where I've just put in some of the yellow brick road there. So I do find, as much as I absolutely love them, Owl Forest embroidery patterns take a little bit more concentration, just in terms of when I looked at where to start next. I really wanted to get some of the yellow brick road in, but the pattern and the way that it's all laid out, because it was a sal originally, so it's all laid out in different parts, but I wasn't quite sure how to join this up. There wasn't this section didn't have the next bit here attached to it in any way, so I had to sort of look at the overall pattern and then make a guess as to where I needed to put my bricks. So I really hope that I got that right, because if I didn't, that's going to be a massive disaster. But yeah, so I've just started on this bit, and also I might frog the bell on here to make it more this colour, because with the flosses that I had, I started with, again, it's still in a mess, what did I start with on this? Banana Popsicle from Weeks Dye Works, which was this yellow. And then as I was looking through my stash, I thought, well, why have I chosen that when I've got this yellow? So I don't know if you can see the difference on camera, but the top one here is, I think it's called, what is it? Lemon Chiffon. So Lemon Chiffon is definitely more lemony, which is more yellow, so more akin with the yellow brick road. So I have no idea why I didn't choose that in the first place, but yeah, so the yellow brick road I think is looking good and yellow. So I think what I might do is frog this bell, which is also supposed to be yellow as well, so it sort of matches in. I decided to come down this side of the pattern rather than go up this way, because up this way was more of the Emerald City Palace. I never really know what that's called, but there was a lot more of these three greens, and I just kind of wanted a little bit of a change from the green, so I did that. So yeah, but that's another one that I am at the moment caught up on, and a tiny little bit ahead of, I think. So go me. But yeah, we'll see how long that one lasts for. But anywho. So next, this is where the poison comes in. So Emma from Rose Cottage Creates and I we did a start along on the Witchy Sticher medicine, what is it called? It says it there, right there. The difference between medicine and poison is in the dose. So so yeah, Emma, literally just as I was writing my notes for this video, Emma's new video popped up, and she mentions stitching it in that, and then her journey with stitching it as well. Bless her, she had an awful lot of issues with using dark fabric and things like that, and then frogging, and I had frogging issues as well. The last time I think I did a YouTube video I mentioned it. But Emma has chosen a really good fabric now, and she shows her update on how she's getting along. And so I'm going to show my update with how I'm getting along. So I have gone a completely different way with this. I'm doing it in pinks and purples on a purple fabric, and I'll show you the absolute diabolical start, which was 5 stitches last time. It was actually 10 stitches, and then I had to frog 5, so it didn't start out very well, but I am loving working on this one now. So I have got so far up to this section. So I've just got in the word poison, and yeah, as you can see, it is completely different colourway from the original, but I am so super chuffed with how this is turning out. I hope the camera's picking this up okay. I might go back a little bit, but yeah, I'm just really chuffed with the different colourway on that. Yeah, it's I just wanted to stitch something pink on pink, and I know this is purple and a lot more other purples, but yeah, I'm just really chuffed, really pleased with how it's coming out. So yeah, just looking forward to stitching on that some more. The flosses that I chose for it originally, I have changed a couple. If I remember, I will put up a picture of the original. I think it was the eye in poison that I'd stitched, but I'd used a kind of a biscuity colour, I think, that I thought would be really good for shadow on the skeleton as we move further into the pattern. But actually, I just didn't think the colourway worked, so I've switched that out. And actually, I think I've reduced the colour, so there's not quite as many now. But anyway, so that is now this, which is not really probably any point in me showing you, but this is called Bashful from Weeks Dye Works, and it's got a slight, well, it's white with a slight pink hint to it rather than a biscuit colour. So I think that one, yeah, that seems to work much better than the than it did previously. So so yeah, just really chuffed with this. Looking forward to working on it some more, so hopefully next time you see it, much more will be done on it as well. But it's also, it's not a like for like in terms of my conversion. So I am, with the symbols and everything, the colours are slightly different depending on the motif. So here there is a skull and crossbones, and say a dash for the symbol is the bright pink or something. I've changed it for something else in the motif. So I think as I move along and go all through the different ways, the different things that are on the pattern, I'll probably be changing the colourway, so it's not a complete like for like conversion. But yeah, I am still super duper chuffed with it. Not done anything like that before where I've chosen my own colours, but yeah, well, apart from the Emerald City Sal, but that was kind of all just Weeks Dye Works equivalents effectively of what were actually part of the pattern anyway. But this was a complete and utter change in fabric and colourway. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that one. What is next? We have got, sorry, this is me just reading down my notes. Then we move into new starts. So the 29th of July was my birthday, and I knew that I wanted to start the Pointed Fifth by Long Dog, having seen Crafty Emily and her colourway on that. I decided to copy that colourway, and so made a start on my birthday. I was obviously working that day as well, so didn't really get much time to work on it in the evening. But I think we're, what date are we today? The 4th of August maybe. So yeah, other things have also taken over, so I haven't actually done much more on this. But this is where I have got to. Let me fold it a little bit more so you can see. And obviously I will show you again the colourway as well. So these are the colours, and then this is where I have got to with it. So managed to get a little bunny in. That was my main priority, was getting that bunny done. I don't know why, it just seemed like that's the start of the pattern effectively. And then I have come down now somebody else pointed this out to me in my last video in the comments as well. Now I've forgotten, I've got it written down. I think it's 18 rows, and then you do 3 of a blend, and then it's 18 rows of the next colour. So it's the top colour, 3 blended with the next colour, and then the next colour further down, and I think it works out at about 18 rows. So yeah, just really enjoyed doing this one. It's quite therapeutic. You do have to count, and I am just really hoping, because obviously this is a massive pattern, is that you just have to really concentrate, because what I really don't want on this first bit is to miss a stitch, because the thought of going all this way, oh, I can show you actually, not just all that way, but the thought of going all this way along and then finding out that I have missed a stitch is going to be absolutely devastating, and I know me, I will end up putting it to one side and I won't carry on working. So concentration is definitely the key to this one. So so yeah, but really enjoying it. Cannot wait to continue on with that one and just add more and more colours to it. Emily's making great progress on all of her long dogs, but she's making really good progress on the pointed fifth with her colourway. I think she is down to somewhere around, well, I think she's reached the bottom, but she's mainly focusing on the turquoisey blues and things like that at the moment. So so yeah, if you haven't watched Crafty Emily, highly recommend. She's got a long dog wheel. She's got that many projects, so she is spinning the wheel each time that she does a floss tube, and it's just great to see what comes out next and see her excitement for working on all these projects. And she has a whole host of other whips as well. I don't know how she does it. she's just demon stitcher. So so yeah, so that is that one. So that was my birthday, which was long dog pointed fifth, and then the 31st of July was Harry Potter's birthday. So I'd said I was going to stitch the Clouds Factory pattern on his birthday, which I did. I started, and while I was stitching it, I'd also downloaded and started listening to the first Harry Potter book again. So I was listening to Stephen Fry while he was talking away about Harry going to the zoo and the missing glass and all of that. So while he was talking in my ears, I then started stitching it. Now, it's not a very big start, but there's a reason why it's not more, because I'll show you the colours on this as well. These are absolutely ginormous number of colours. Now, I did have quite a few of these in stash already, but yeah, so these are all the colours. I think in total there is 50 odd, which is mammoth, but I decided to go for the two metallics that were in it. So one is gold and one is silver. These are just DMC metallics. Oh my word, I have not stitched with metallics before, and frustration was not the word. Yeah, it just seemed to be separating all the time. And not pulling through properly. Now, sorry, I haven't even shown you where I've got to. So this is where I've got to, which is not very far at all. That's going to be the H in the HP at the very top. And yeah, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but I've done it slightly differently. So the top 4 rows, I think, are double stitched. So I like using two strands of floss when I do my stitching. So I've done that there, but then found that as I was pulling it through, it felt like it was ripping the fabric and the thread. So then when I got further down the bottom, I then took one strand and just doubled it up. And at the same time as doing all of that, I think Kat from Catkin and Lily actually posted a video about hints and tips when using metallic threads, which could not have come at a better time. So she said, don't take too much, because I don't know, as a stitcher, the longer the thread the better for me. If I can be like this as I'm stitching it, then I will be. So so she said when you're using metallics to take much smaller lengths of thread, which took a little bit to get used to, but yeah, so hopefully I can get the hang of it, and then once I've done that, then it'll be full steam ahead, because I think there are only certain parts of it that are metallic thread. I know everybody uses Krynic, I think. I don't even know what the difference is. Is it much better than DMC? Are you seasoned stitchers sat there going, oh, don't start with a DMC metallic, you really need to get Krynic? I don't know. Is Krynic thicker? Is that why you only use one strand? Because one strand of DMC metallics just didn't really seem to cover much at all on my fabric, and it's a 32 count Zweigart as well, so vintage country mocha. But yeah, so any other hints and tips other than what Kat has said already, then yeah, please do let me know, because I found that really hard to do, and just pulling it through, I could just hear it like, and I was thinking, oh my word, this is not working, and I was like tugging away at it as well, so it was a little bit of a disaster. But yeah, so that kind of stalled. I was hoping to have the HP done by the time I filmed my floss tube, but anyway, that did not happen, did it? So but yeah, and then what then I kept watching Adelaide Stitches and watching the orange fabric Halloween sale that she started for her birthday, Witch's Hollow by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Desperately wanted to start this. Couldn't see any decent orange fabric, so I think I put a shout out on my video last time, and Cross Stitch Sarah sent me a link to an Etsy seller who was doing orange fabric and all sorts of other ones, so I thought that would be absolutely perfect. So put in an order, and this is what arrived. So so yeah, this is the fabric, and actually is that true to colour? Might be looking a slightly bit more orange on camera. I don't, yeah, maybe that's a little bit more like it. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I did make a start on it. So I bought the pattern, and you're all going to be horrified because of my so close to the edge start of this fabric, but there is sort of method in my madness. I needed to find the most orange section of this fabric because it is quite mottled. Yeah, it's definitely coming up a little bit darker on camera. So I started all the way down there. And yes, I know the pattern isn't even that big. Sorry, hold on. Get yourself together, Kerry, come on. So yes, I started all the way down here. So this is the very bottom of the pattern, but the idea being that this bit was quite an orange part of the pattern, and it's not actually as big as a pattern as I thought it was going to be either. So I think it might only come up to about here, maybe not even that far. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so I just wanted a really orange bit in the middle, because where the gates are at the bottom, as you'll have seen because I've already shown the pattern, there is quite a big orange section, and I just kind of wanted as much orange as possible. So so yeah, I made a start, but I don't know. I'm already wondering whether this is the right fabric now. I don't know, but yeah, it just did look more orange on Etsy, but if I decide to change my mind, I'm going to be completely honest. I've ordered some pumpkin Zweigart from Lakeside Needlecraft, so I'm going to see what that looks like when that comes in. That's not as mottled, so I'm not sure what's going to look best, whether it's mottled, more mottled fabric, or whether it is just the plain orange from Zweigart. I don't know, but I might make a decision when that one arrives. So yeah, but it's just going to be so much fun to stitch that one, so I'm looking forward to that one. And then I think that is all of the WIPS new starts, but what I will say is that since my first FlossTube I have doubled my WIPS, which is no surprise really, is it? And do I have any plans? Not really. I kind of really need to get cracking on all the ones that I've got. I'm really super duper proud of myself that I've kept up with 2 sales. That is unusual for me, and as sort of see those as a little finish for nows. But yeah, I'm seeing so many people doing finishes on patterns and things like that, and I'm just thinking all of my patterns are huge. I haven't even done any more progress on the Alice tree or on Barbara Anna, and I'm also stalling on my other long dog Saga, because now I'm reconsidering my choices. So I went with an azure blue fabric, which is fine. I went with a cream for the columns and a pinky browny colour, I think, for all of the bits inside the arches. And now I just think I want it more colourful. So the fabric's fine. Maybe even the arches is fine. Maybe I will do a pink inside. So start with the browny pink and then make my way up and do just a pink ombre. So the rows of Saga, different pinks as I go. Maybe I will do that and I don't have to restart. Ooh, clearly I'm on a pink theme at the moment. Anyway, sorry, that was me thinking out loud, but maybe that would be a good shout. Then I wouldn't have to restart. And then it would all just still be ombre. It will still be really colourful, and not just 2 colours. So anyway, hold that thought. I will I'll come back to you on that one. I'm sure you can't wait. So yeah, so I'll move into haul now. So as well as buying this fabric from Stony Bank Creations on Etsy. So this is called Sunshine Orange, and all of these are 32 count even weave Zweigart. No, not Zweigart at all, just 32 count even weave from Stony Bank Creations. So Sunshine Orange, this one is called, and then obviously it had to come with others. So this is, now I don't have any plans for this one, just saw it and thought I have to. It's quite Halloweeny, murdery, scarlet black this is called. Look at that! I have no idea what I'm going to stitch on this, but it just called to me and I just thought I have to get this. So I did. Also I had birthday money as well, so obviously that was burning a hole in my pocket and has been spent straight away. Then, and also it's all, is it called serged around the edges, which makes it great. So this one is emerald green. Yes, emerald green. Again, these are all mottled. Again, no plans for this one either, but yeah, just saw this one and thought that's stunning, have to have. And finally, the last one that I bought from there, I do have a sort of plan for it, but I haven't bought the pattern yet because I really need to rein it in. My credit card bill this month is gonna be high, so yeah, I do really need to rein it in. But yes, so I bought this fabric as well. So this is called Aqua Marine, and I do have a plan for that. Like I say, I just haven't bought the pattern yet, but it is another Owl Forest embroidery pattern, not on their free section, but it's still relatively cheap, at $5 I think it is, but it's the hummingbird one. So love a hummingbird, so I am planning to, once the credit card bill is cut off for this month, to purchase that one. So and then just add that to the whip pile. Why not? More the merrier. Yay! Why do I always choose big patterns? I don't know. Everybody's out there finishing stuff and I'm like, I think mine might be a while yet. So anywho, and on top of the fabrics, I then also got some needle minders. So speaking of hummingbirds, how well was that segued in there? But Charlie Feathers, just as I'd filmed my last YouTube, the parcel was waiting in my post box outside the house. But look, hummingbird. So, I mean, the stars have aligned. I have to get that pattern now, don't I? How amazing is Charlie's artwork? Can we just take a moment? It's the colours on it and everything, absolutely stunning. So as soon as I saw this, I knew I had to have it. And alongside that one, I was prepping for winter. Again, I don't know what pattern this is going to go with. Sorry, magnets everywhere. And then I bought this one. Let me do it in the other hand. So yay, cute little snowman, Willie's house, in a lovely, lovely, oh, is that going to focus? Focus, grasshopper. There we go. All the snowflakes and things like that. So absolutely stunning, so cute. So yeah, thank you Charlie, they're amazing. So bought those ones, and then whilst thinking about the Emerald City sal that I'm doing, I then obviously saw Laura Cotton and Clay UK has got the ruby slipper, so had to have that one. So that one will also be on my Emerald City pattern next time. And I haven't mentioned the chopping maul either, so that's another Witchy Sticher, which I started, then got some new fabric for, but haven't yet restarted. But Quirky Hannah, who I mentioned earlier, is also going to be starting that one with me as well, so we've kind of held off. I'm in no hurry to start that one, although obviously I will the minute she does, obviously I will, but I mean, you know, don't need to start this anytime soon. But for that pattern, I saw this one on Laura's website, Etsy, and absolutely had to have it. It's a voodoo doll. So yay, it just looks amazing. So that one will be going on the chopping maul when I start that one. So yeah, that is all that. Oh, the other one that I have also bought, needle minder, is from Stitching Magic 111 Lindsay. She's now got a coffee shop where she is also selling needle minders. So I've bought one of hers, which is a is it blue or pink? I can't remember now, but it's a flower, lovely little flower. So so yeah, looking forward to that one arriving as well. And yeah, I think that's it for haul. What else have I been up to? Etsy. I opened my Etsy shop. I'd already opened it, I think, the last time, hadn't I? But I have now added book off I'm reading in there as a pattern. A couple of people had asked me about that one. So that one is now available in my Etsy store, which is colourfully cross-stitched, but with an X instead of the cross, because Etsy rules. So you can't have more than a few characters in your name. So so yeah, so thank you to everyone who's bought a pattern so far. Really grateful, so thank you so much, and anybody else who's followed my shop as well, so amazing, thank you. More patterns are coming. I'm working on a Halloween one at the moment as well, so so yeah, more to follow on that. What else? Yeah, so I was also saying about how I can't buy any more patterns, but has everybody seen all of the patterns that are coming into Needlework Market? So there are so many patterns. Flossabilities has done an amazing bird pattern. So it's I think, what's it called? Gathering. I can't remember the name of it. If I remember, I'll put the name here. But I'll show you the pattern as well. But yeah, absolutely stunning. And it's huge on their latest FlossTube. It's like Sam, her husband, is like holding it, like it's huge. So I was looking at it and going, wow, this is really stunning, all the birds, the flamingo and the peacock and things, and then but they're also doing them as smalls as well, so I might actually get a couple in their smalls section. So and they've also got a cabin in the snow, I think it's called, which reminds me of my holiday to Iceland in March, where we saw the Northern Lights and things. So that might be another one to add at some point. But again, massive. Why am I drawn to massive patterns? Why can't I just be satisfied with doing a small one and getting a finish? Wouldn't that be amazing? But yes, there are lots more patterns coming out with Needlework Market, which, in case you don't know, I thought it was only America market. I didn't realise that they also did it in the UK at the same time as well. So I've been watching American FlossTubers, designers, and they've been talking about what they've been putting forward. But when I saw Flossabilities, they're a British couple. They've also got their take on the Great British Bake Off pattern as well, which looks amazing. So so yeah, but I didn't realise that it was a British thing as well. So who knew? But so many patterns out there. Keep seeing them all on my Instagram and going, oh yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, I like that. Stitchy Crypt has got a couple. Witchy Sticher. I think it's Witchy Sticher. Is it? Or is it Lola Crow? I can't remember, but whoever it is, I'll put it here. But they've got Murder in the Pumpkin Patch. I think it's Lola Crow. Murder in the Pumpkin Patch just looks great. I really want to stitch this one as well. It just makes me laugh. It reminds me of the old creepy movies that I used to watch when I was younger. So so yeah, so but obviously not until the credit card is cut off, Kerry. But yeah, I think they don't come out until later in August anyway. Once and I think you can only get them as hard copy patterns until October time. So I've got a bit of time yet, because I would probably go down the digital route. Speaking of the digital route as well, I went down the rabbit hole of, and now the name escapes me, it is RXP. What's it called? My mind has gone completely blank. Where you put your pattern in and you can keep track with what you've done. Markup RXP. Anywho, so I went down that road, and I have put in the Medicine and Poison pattern, and also put in, I think it is, yes it is, Witch's Hollow. So put those two in there. So I'm getting to grips with that at the moment, because I do tend to stitch digitally, just have the patterns downloaded, and then I'll just pull up that page, say if it's a long dog, and then just start stitching that way. But I don't actually mark it off. I just figure out where I was last time and then carry on. Maybe that's why I make so many mistakes, I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, anywho, I can't get the other one, and his name also escapes me, because I'm on Apple, so that's why I'm using Markup RXP. But they seem to have gone in there fine. There didn't seem to be any overlap with the patterns from what I looked at previously. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying ticking off which bits I've done. That's quite exciting for me. So I might start to have some statistics. I'm not going to put all of these whips and stuff in there. Certainly not the Emerald City one. I don't think you'd be able to do that with that one. But yeah, if I get any further along with that, then I'll let you know. I'm sure you're all using it anyway, so you don't really need me to be talking about it. But it was just new to me, so I just thought I'd give it a go. So I did. Anywho, thank you for listening to me ramble on about my cross stitch and things. What are you stitching on? What are you enjoying? Have you seen any Needlework Market patterns that you might want to recommend? But obviously, you know, we'll wait for a bit. But yeah, let me know what you've been enjoying stitching on. And I'm going to move into books now. So these books, I forgot to mention at the start, are all murder mysteries, but cosy mysteries with a little bit of humour as well. So in my previous FlossTube, I think I spoke about, well, I have spoken about serial killers and edge of your seat thrillers and things like that. And a few people have sort of said, oh, I don't really like gore and things like that, which is obviously absolutely fine. I much prefer like a cozier sort of mystery and things like that. So I thought I would just do, yeah, a list of those. Looking at you, Pam. So yeah, so this is for you. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 recommendations that I have read that I would say lean towards the cozy mystery with humour side, and then there's another one that loads of other booktubers have recommended as well, so I'll throw that one in. So I'm going to start with the obvious, which is the Thursday Murder Club. So obviously this is about to come out on Netflix as well. So yeah, I can't wait for that. But these are just I'm not even going to go into the plot of these. Everybody knows retirement home, solving mysteries and murders and things like that, but the characters in this are just the best. Joyce is fantastic, really makes me chuckle. I have listened to I think I read the first one and then listened to the others, but yeah, they're just so good. The narrators do a really good job of all the different voices and things. So I think it switches narrators halfway through, I think. But yeah, so highly recommend the Thursday Murder Club series by Richard Osman. Next up is Finlay Donovan is Killing It. So this is about Finlay. She's a writer and she's having a meeting with her literary agent in a cafe, talking to her about the plot of her latest novel that she wants to write, and somebody overhears her and mistakes her for being a hitwoman. So then lots of chaos ensues where Finlay's trying to carry out this deed, but it is very funny, really good fun. And it's a massive series as well. I think there's like 6 now that are out. So if you like the first one, then yeah, you've got lots to get your teeth into there. But yeah, they're definitely more on the cozy side, that's for sure, and with a lot of humour in there as well. Then one that I think I've mentioned already before, which was Over My Dead Body by Maz Evans, by the same author did That or Teacher. So again, this is a murder mystery, but oh, how much do I say without spoiling anything? I'm very much a non-spoilery person. I don't even really like reading the synopsis of books a lot of the times because I hate being spoiled for even the smallest of things. So this is well, Over My Dead Body, I think it's a little bit obvious with the opening, with the cover and things like that. She's actually dead, so she's a ghost and she's trying to solve her own murder. So it's really funny the way that the afterlife and the now are written and how they all intertwine with each other is really funny. I listened to this one on audio and was laughing out loud, much like That'll Teach Her as well. So yeah, I can't wait for Maz Evans to bring another one out because I just found that both of these hilarious. So yeah, if you like a bit of humour again, then these are, I found them really funny. Anyway, hopefully you do if you listen. And then 2 more that I've got are actually, I know, dare we mention the C word, but Christmas related. Well, I guess we've done Christmas in July, but yeah, so one is called Happy Bloody Christmas, which is another fantastic one. So this family are hosting a party at their house, and then the mum goes into the pantry and there's a dead body, and it's finding out who or how this all happened. along with all of the Christmas festivities and all the stress that that comes with and everything else, so you can imagine how stressful that would be. But yeah, really, really good, really enjoyed it. Is going to be a series as well, so just waiting for the second one to come out. I'm not sure when that's due, but yeah, just thoroughly enjoyed that one, so can highly recommend. I read that one, didn't listen to it, so yeah, but I was laughing out loud with that one as well. And then finally on my list is The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, which is about a retired writer who's a recluse, but has sent for 2 people to come and write her memoir. So they go along with a group of other randoms, it seems, people to this big house. I think it's based in Scotland. Yeah, they are very out in the wilderness, and then things start to happen, and it's them trying to solve mysteries and murders and all of this, and it's just I found it really funny. There's a romantic element to this one as well, so I would call it like a bit of a rom-com with a mystery thrown in, but yeah, very good. I really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for books to add to your Christmas wish list, then can highly recommend those 2. And then one that I have seen lots and lots of other booktubers mention is Vera Wong. This is I think she's a grandmother who runs a shop, and one day finds a dead body in there, and then again chaos ensues, and she has to, I think there's like a found family in that one as well, so then they all try and solve the mystery. But I haven't read that one, so I can't definitely recommend it, but lots of other YouTubers do, so yeah, hopefully that gives you some ideas and has added some to your wish list for Christmas as well. I'll let you know if I think of any more, and I will come up with another list for next time. I'm not sure what that will be. I've got a huge list of recommendations in my phone now, so I'll be breaking that down. Probably come at you with maybe some Halloween reading recommendations, some of which will be on the cozier side and some of which will be on the horrific side. So that's something for you to look forward to. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far, please like, subscribe if you haven't already, or if you're so inclined, and I will catch you next time. Bye.